No, you got all this ugly shit behind you. Like it's like
Be green.
green. Yeah, it's like looks terrible.
It must be
See,
taking gold, championship gold, is what you must be
No,
insinuating.
It's on your
no.
shoulder.
Oh,
Not
I'm sorry. Are we recording? Oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Clashing Conferences Basketball Podcast. Rick Ramone is rightfully in charge tonight. We got a packed house. Michael is sitting his little happy butt down on the bench. He's not going to be hosting tonight. We're going to give him a break. He's tired from carrying his award. We got Topher, the MVP, in the house. He brought
MVP.
one of his, his little dirty knickerbockers with him, and Karan with the
Whoa,
nice
whoa, that's
hair.
not.
Dirty knickerbockers.
Welcome back, Karan.
The hate
Juice,
is unreal. Let's go.
Juice, sir. I have some
calling me
homework for you later in Mat Libs that you skipped out on a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to be doing some talking later. And then we have Mr. Freezer himself, the one, the only, Tony Flubrat.
Freezer.
let's go.
Tony,
I
are
saw
you
a
in a
freezer
freezer
last
right now?
night. I saw the freezer last night. Hal Burton in the
hold on,
corner
sir.
for 3.
We're not there
Sorry.
yet. We're not there
Oh,
yet. We have
sorry.
structure.
That
Okay?
was
Sorry.
brutal.
With that structure comes our sponsors. Would you boys like to hear something about our sponsors? We have multiple sponsors, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
Blowing up.
But let us tell us all about it. We're
Yeah,
growing.
there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first off, let's talk about our first sponsor, Sparrow Hair Studio, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you don't know who to go see Lean. Get a nice fade, get your stuff looking nice and clean. You might walk out looking like me, probably not, but here we are. Also, fun fact, tell Lean that Rick Ramone sent you, and you get a nice little surprise. You guys know what that is?
No? What is that?
Should give you a nice pop in the chops. That's what it is. So there you go. Sparrow Hair Studio. Also, you're going to see Rick looking down a little bit because Rick wants to make sure that he reads this correctly. But also, we have our second sponsor who just started recently in LOTWYN. Say it one more time for you. LOTWYN. LOTWYN. So, actually, WYN. My apologies. So, ladies and gentlemen, rep your team with a custom 3D hype chain from LOTWYN, either after a big win, game day, or just going out so you can show out. Make sure that you use TCC POD for 10% off. Get an oversized chain on their website. Support the network. Link in the description. Once again, LOTWYN, ladies and gentlemen. Did you boys get all that?
I like it. I need one.
I'm familiar
So
with
you
it
can
at
get
this
any.
point.
So hold on, you can get anything you want. I can get like a Knicks one. I can get a Clash and Conferences one. I can get.
If you get a Clash and Conferences one, you're also supporting the network.
Yeah, see, I really want a Clash and Conferences one, but I feel like I'm just going to win it next year in the internal competition.
And by win, you mean given to you via cheating?
No, given to me from Lewis, and he can put it around my neck when it's my turn to wear it.
Calling
Yeah.
shenanigans on that, by the way. Jeez Louise. All right, boys, you ready to talk about some basketball or what?
Let's do it.
You know,
You're in charge.
I think it is only fair that we talk to somebody whose team justifiably lost last night. Tony, what a foul that was by Ron.
Justifiably? I don't know why we're throwing it justifiably. I'm talking Scott Foster NBA screw job like you read about. Ridiculous.
All right, Tony.
Tell me about
He
it.
can't.
First
He
off,
can't see me.
I'll set the stage for everybody. The Bucks were in a battle all night last night. Big game for us. We're one game ahead of the Pacers at this point, 4-5 seed, and we've lost our last 2 games. So we need this win. And we're rocked all game. We can never get the lead the whole game, and we end up at third quarter, tie game. The reason I start here is because this is Doc Rivers' first mistake. I'm always justifying Doc Rivers on this podcast, but he had a meltdown yesterday. So, start the fourth quarter, and he decides to ride his entire bench with Damian Lillard while the Pacers have their whole starting lineup in. Bucks do not make a basket for 4 minutes. Literally 4 minutes. So they go down double digits, and finally, with 8 minutes to go, we bring the starters back in. We fight and claw. Great Bucks basketball all game to get it to tie game at the end of the game. We take the lead, and Oh my God, what a disaster. And literally, everything that could go wrong went wrong in 6 seconds of my life. Like, everybody, I'm sure at some point has watched the game where you just turn around and you're like, what just happened? So we're up
100%.
1. We're up 1. And they go to the free throw line. We're up, and Nimhart misses 1 of 2 free throws. If he makes his free throws, then we have the ball and we have the opportunity to just shoot the last shot and go to overtime.
Sir, are you going to give us the play-by-play of every play that happened? Get to the
yeah,
important
sure.
part. Get
But
to
this
the
is
end.
what.
Nobody
All right.
cares.
Dude, we
All
all
right.
watched the game. We all watched Sports Center.
I don't want to hear how your poopy pants team pooped their pants. Just tell me about the end.
Okay, so Giannis, obviously he did not foul him at the end of that game. Like, how do you lose without fouling him? And then, on top of that, we challenge it, and we lose the challenge, and then we have Giannis shoot a half-court shot at the end of the game. Instead of giving the ball to maybe one of the best half-court shooters of all time in the NBA, like, maybe we could have gave it to Dame. But whatever. Sorry, it got shoot off the stage, so boom, there you go.
I mean,
What
Jesus,
about
Mary
the
Joseph, you would have
Halliburton
been telling
shot,
us
though?
what they drank in their on the bench. Guys, raise your hand if you think Giannis fouled him.
I think he fouled him, but what about
What do
Halliburton's
you
shot?
think he fouled him? What is
They called the
dude?
foul, dude, and
Literally
they
the
even
most
challenged it.
judgmental call. Landing in the landing space.
They were never
I
going
mean,
to that call.
that's the
How do
rules.
you
You got to
call
give them
that
space to
again?
land.
Call the
Dude, it
game.
was in the
Come
book.
on.
It's in the book. It's in the book, and they reviewed it.
Look it up.
Look it up. Exactly. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. And that, well, you know what rhymes with sucks?
Bucks.
The Bucks. So that's what's the story of your life, buddy. I mean, that's the story of your season. But the Halliburton shot, I thought he traveled. Anybody else?
He notoriously travels.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
a shot.
Yeah.
His hop step is a travel.
Look.
They never call it.
I hate him, man. I hate Halliburton. I hate him.
I just
Me too.
And I want to play them in the playoffs. Like I want to play them in the playoffs.
You
I like
will.
So we
Siakam,
play
though.
them. We play them again this weekend in Milwaukee, and we're up 2-1 in the series against them. So we need to win that game. If we lose that game,
Speaking of playing, Boston's down 8 right now.
Listen, buddy. I understand that your team can't hang with the elites, okay? And it's up to us to take them out, all right?
Hey.
So I know you're not familiar with this. Karan, can you help this man? Which one of you is the pigeon and which one of you is the rat? That's what I want to know.
Which one's
this one again? I'll be Spike. I'm not a pigeon or rat.
Right. Did you like the mascots I sent in the Google chat?
Yeah,
No.
we've seen the mascots. I didn't like them, but I seen them. But listen,
Be honest.
if Jalen Brunson doesn't get hurt that game, we beat the Lakers. And I think we played the Lakers pretty damn good. It's almost exactly what LeBron tried to fake against you guys. Because I don't think LeBron's hurt. I really don't think he's hurt. I think he just got beat.
Brunson?
Brunson's out for like another 2 weeks. They said they're going to ease him back in. Kron, am I right? They're going to ease him back in for the playoffs.
They said after that game he'll be reassessed in 2 weeks. You know, I think they're going to base it on how the next few games go. If we really tank the next few games, I think they're going to try to hurry him back. If we kind of tread water, like we had a good win on Monday, so
yeah.
Hopefully tonight, if we
got Portland tonight.
Portland tonight, and at least level it off a little bit. I think they're not going to rush him back.
Excuse me, Dirty Knickerbocker fans. I have a question.
What?
Who was injured at the start of that West Coast trip that came back during the Sacramento game? Who was out?
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
And Cat, right? He came back from injury?
Oh, he wasn't out for the injury. He had
just one game against Golden State.
Yeah, the personal issues,
And then Brunson is hurt currently, yes?
He got hurt against the Lakers.
Yes.
In overtime.
What you're telling me is that it sounds like your starters are starting to go down due to injuries right around the time that they
No. We just told you
the game because of
personal reasons.
Nothing injury related.
Yeah, no injury related at all. And Brunson was a freak accident. It was just did you see how he drove to the basket and he was cooking?
Yeah.
Freak accidents can ruin a season, though. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Tony?
I said a freak accident can ruin a season, like
100%. But it ain't because he's playing too much. It ain't like he. What? Because he could have still been. Dude, he was going to be in the game regardless at that point in the game. Regardless at that point, and he was cooking. He had like our last 8 points.
Listen, we hung tough with the Lakers. That was a great game. Honestly, we should have had that game, but at least it shows that we went on the road to LA and battled and came down to the last second in overtime and lost the game. We spoke about this last week, Rick. Detroit beat Boston. It happened.
It
It
does.
happened.
It does.
I mean,
What
every
happened when we
team.
played the Lakers, though?
Yeah, you
You
won.
beat them and
Oh, sorry.
LeBron. You
LeBron
know,
got
LeBron.
hurt.
Yeah,
He got hurt. By the way, shout out to Patty Bailey in the old LeBron Jordan debate. So I noticed
it's
something.
not even a debate.
I noticed
That
something
was
in the game the other night, though. LeBron taking his little free throws, and I'm noticing, hey, man, you have Jordan's number on, and you also have Jordan's logo on your jersey. Game over. That's it. Over. Michael,
See-
Juice, talk to me. You guys have been quiet this whole time.
I'm doing
The team sucks.
I'm doing
Go.
the research that you gave me just before the show started. I'm trying to get it together over here for you.
Appreciate that. Juice, this is actually Michael doing extra homework for you, sir, for MatLibs, just so you know.
Okay, got you.
So in the meantime, Philly sucks. Talk to me about it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's trash. But I think they have the out. I honestly think it's about to be some ugly stuff. Have you guys seen the details about what they said about with Joel's injury now?
No.
No. I was
So
gonna say
his-
that can actually get any uglier.
His knee is so bad. They're talking about removing
bad
bone
is it?
from his hip to put into his knee.
He's done.
To play?
He is to play.
Oh my gosh.
Cooked.
Done.
It's a wrap. He's got to stop. He got to stop. Let's cut it. Let it be done. There has to be some kind of way they can get out the contract based off of that. If we don't do that,
Eat it.
it's a wrap.
Eat the
Like,
contract.
For real, at this point.
I think the only way you can get out of a contract is if they retire, but
Yeah,
Maybe
that just
retired.
But
ain't
if
gonna
he-
happen.
no, he's not going to retire.
So remember, I don't know if you guys remember the first thing, the one knock I
See?
always had with Joel, the foot injury that he had when we drafted him.
Mhm.
It was a lesser version of the one that Yao Ming had that ended his career, that forced him to medically retire. So all of the injuries Joel has had over this time, I think this is the one that has to set it over the top. Like, what kind of insane stuff does that sound like? You're going to remove bone from a hip to put into a knee, and then you're
That's
fixed.
crazy.
Like, it's got to be a wash. It has to be. And I'm praying. I mean, I'm not trying to say like I'm praying for the downfall of Joel, nothing like that. Like, but to be for real, like, you got to chill out, dog. You're 30. In another 10 years, you're not going to be able to walk without a walker.
No.
You got a
Yeah.
2-3-year-old son. Like,
Two-
just
two-
chalk it.
Two things about that. Life is more important than basketball.
Facts.
One.
Facts.
And two, as much as I'm a hater, I hate the Phillies, Eagles, Sixers. Can you imagine though if he would have been healthy his whole career? I mean, just imagine.
Yeah,
Like
would
it
have been some
sounds
scary stuff.
it sounds like that just being the way he was coming into the league and probably having to favor all that. I mean,
You'd be talking about
It's just-
multiple MVPs and
it's just remarkable everything that he's done considering it all.
Facts.
Like I'll give him the props on that. I'll
Facts.
definitely give him the props on that.
But you got to know when to hang it up.
But now,
And-
At this
Juice, here's the problem.
But
Not
he
only
had to know all this, and he took your money, and he brought your team down. I love it.
I mean,
Well,
what do you
hold on, though.
want him to do? Seriously?
you got two of those guys though. Let's not forget Paul George, who's also fleecing you guys.
That's
Also,
the
And you had Ben
guys.
Simmons. Man, why?
That's the team's
all-
fault. That's 100% on Philly, on
All
the
them
Sixers.
bombs going to Philly.
I don't blame him for getting it, but if the team offers him a contract for $70 million a year,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah, like you got to take it.
you got to do thorough
You
research.
got to do what's best for you financially. However, Paul George, the fleecing that is taking place, like they're even saying now, Paul George, and he came out. I don't know if you guys noticed, he even stopped podcasting because of
I
all
seen
the
that.
stuff going
I
on.
seen
Didn't
that.
even know he started.
They said
Yeah.
they said he's been so injury prone, or that the injuries this season have been so severe that he's been taking cortisone shots just to be able to play in games.
I thought he quit podcasting to concentrate on basketball. That's what I
That's
thought
what he
they
said, to get his body healthy. I'm like, dog, like he's cooked. It's too bad. But that's the Sixers MO. Like, I hate the Sixers. I hate the back office for one reason. We get quote unquote superstars at the end. Like the number one person I go to, I'll bring up would be obviously not even just Paul George, but Elton Brand. We got Elton Brand after all those knee injuries, and they thought that was going to be the saving grace. I'm like, dog, like this is not it.
I thought you were going to say Chris Webber.
So I would have said C-Web too.
I forgot he was a Sixer.
But
I
the
did
only
too.
reason I
That's why I
said
was like,
I don't think C-Web was definitely he was on the decline after injuries. Don't get me wrong. I think he was a horrible fit here though, because if you remember, he left here and went to Detroit and still had a couple decent years.
yeah,
Like
he did in
he
Detroit.
was okay, but here it was garbage.
That's why we
It
don't
was
remember
hot
him
garbage.
being there.
Right. That's why nobody does. That's it.
Now, I have
That's
a
it.
proposition because it does sound like the Sixers medical staff is just a bunch of squirrels in a human suit. What if you took one of Paul George's good knees and gave it to Joel Embiid?
I mean, at this point, the Dr. Frankenstein crap they're already trying to pull off, like, might as well give it a shot. Like, if he's really gonna retire, and they can get him out of here, like, make that move. But at the same time, like, even like I was thinking about talking to a client about yesterday, talking about the whole Paul George situation. Like, we forget that massive leg injury that he had
Yes.
was 10 years ago.
Yes. Yep.
Like,
He's
what are we
old.
even? He's old. Like, it's time.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a minute.
Yep.
Like, it's time to just let it go.
Yep.
We made a very bad decision giving him that contract. Karan is absolutely
Yep.
right. And as a businessman, don't get me wrong. If you're going to pay
Man,
me that bread, I'm signing
hold
that
up.
Jones too.
Hold
Like, it's
up
not even
there,
for a
man.
game.
And the TV and Sixer fans were hyped when they made all these moves, though.
Not me.
Dude,
Not me.
Mike, where were they at? Where were they at
Most
on
of them
winning
were
the
pretty hype,
championship?
I think.
Dude, they were like picked to win
Yeah.
too. Like
I'll be
Vegas
honest with you.
even
When
had
I
them
saw
up
them
there.
sign George and re-sign Embiid, I was like, great. After last year's Knicks Sixers series, which was a heavyweight fight,
Man, I never
like
had no faith in them bums.
I
Okay,
don't
if
want to
there's
play them
another
again.
Knicks Sixers series, they're going to need to have a gurney on standby because nobody's
Yeah.
going to make it to the end of that game. Let's be real.
Will you stop, dude? We are fine. I do want us
Now,
to
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
now I want to play.
for them
That
body
train
bag
is
game.
never
Like
late. You'll see. Michael?
I feel bad because I agree with you guys both on the Brunson thing. It was kind of a freak injury, but I really feel like it's just a matter. Again, I like Tibbs as a guy.
Don't
I
do the
just feel
minutes
like
police thing, please.
no, not the minutes thing. It's not the minutes thing. But I just like I feel like if you look at every team he's had, and maybe I guess it is kind of the minutes thing, whatever. That's the argument behind it. But I don't know the reality of the reasoning for it. It just seems like he runs everybody into the ground eventually.
here's the problem:
He does.
when they're up big or down big, you need to just call it, and that's
Just
what he
call it,
don't do.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what he has been doing better, he's been doing it, but he's been leaving like Kron, right? He's been leaving like a starter in or two, and then he'll switch them out. Like one night it'll be like OG and Cat, and then one night it'll be Brunson and Hart, and then you'll have you'll have Precious in there, and you'll have Shaman in there. So he has been doing better, but like now that Brunson's down and Deuce, man, you guys can
Juice is all right.
Deuce
Juice
can
is all
start.
right.
Deuce can
Yeah.
start in the league, I think.
Deuce is
Deuce
good
is
as
all right.
Steph
And
Curry.
Boston,
Didn't y'all
then
see
we-
the stuff
That
Chris was
Deuce.
sending last week?
Deuce, yeah, and like the thing is, he had one shitty game after that, and everybody got on him, and then he bounced back the next night and had like 16 in the first quarter. I think Deuce
Yeah.
could start in the league, and that's going to be a problem for us moving forward because he's going to he handles the offense just fine, and I think Brunson sitting right now could honestly be a blessing in disguise because now he can get playing more, and Cam can get in more. And Karan, you said it to me the other night on the phone. We need Bridges to step up. He's acting all soft. We need him to step up, and I've always thought Carl Anthony Towns was a little soft. I've
That's why with
always
that,
thought he never had that fire. Like I always rag on LeBron for not having fire, and that's my problem. They don't have that Kobe, that MJ fire. I think that's how Cat is. Like, he don't.
Topher.
That's
I have to point something out to you, though, right? Because we've done this Tibbs argument a lot, right? And then we always dig our heels in more and more every time we do it. But where
there's
did Tibbs
truth
come
behind
from?
that.
Where did Tibbs come from?
What do you mean where he come? Oh, Boston.
Right. And what happened after we won that championship? KG, injury, knee, 2009. Leon Poe, torn ACL, 2009.
Yeah, but Tibbs
torn
was
ACL, 2010. Are
he
you
wasn't the head
noticing guys
coach.
going down with catastrophic injuries? Huh.
He wasn't a head coach, man. He had nothing to do with their minutes.
But he was the defensive guru running the show. Sure as hell, Doc wasn't calling plays. We all know that, right, Tony?
Stars play, man. Stars play. And my only dig on him, I've already had the argument. I reversed it on you every time and said every player that plays for him has like a career season.
Tibbs has been in the league coaching for 35 years. He was a Knicks assistant way before being a Boston assistant, way before he became head coach. So, I mean, a handful of players get hurt. I mean, even the Julius Randle injury last year, he fell on his shoulder, dislocated his shoulder, and missed the rest of the season. Like that's not.
I don't know who said it. Everybody, like Corey, always gets mad at him because one of his favorite players was Rose, but everybody goes back to him too. Rose went back to him. Cat goes back to him. Everybody goes back. Why they
That's
go
the
back?
truth.
They
That's the
love
truth.
playing for him. They
Or
love
some
playing for
people
him.
just love abusive relationships, Topher.
They
Let's
don't.
call
Players
spades
play.
spades.
Players play, Rick. Players play. That's what they.
Hey.
That's what I want.
Hey, Mike, wellness check. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm done my research.
All right, talk to me. I
I
know
love it.
the Hornets are bottom feeders. LaMelo had a good game the other day.
Feeders. We just won 2 games in a row. We're going for 3 tonight.
Hey now,
Come on, man.
messing up at Cooper Flag.
No, we're
That's
still in the
fine.
Cooper sweepstakes. We didn't mess
all
up
right,
that bad.
all right.
They can move up so the Sixers can move down.
Yeah, we're still ways away from that, Juice. You guys are too many games ahead to be dropping into the top 3. You gotta stay
Looking
out.
like-
You gotta stay. We've talked about this on other shows. I can't remember if you were on any of them, but you gotta stay out of that bottom 6, or you gotta stay out of that.
We gotta stay.
You gotta stay in the bottom 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you lose that pick. That's really important to the Sixers right now. Really
If we lose
important.
that pick, I promise you, I'm gonna have to take a mental health day. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because like that's really the only saving grace left.
Yes.
It's like if we can somehow, we got to get somebody in the top. And I think honestly, I think this draft is gonna be. This draft is deep.
Yeah.
Like I
Yep.
I think there's gonna be a piece we
Yep.
can definitely get. Like none of it's gonna matter if they can't find a way to unload Joel
And
Like,
Paul George.
and Paul. Nobody's taking Paul George's contract though.
Man, nobody's taking either
Like,
one of them.
we're gonna have to eat it.
You can
Like,
attach
just-
100 first-round draft picks to Embiid, and I still don't see anybody taking his contract.
That's that top pick this year, and then you might get a little buyer for it.
Yeah, you better get the first pick and be sending Cooper Flag with him.
Gentlemen, before we go into the half, I have a question for you that I'd like to run by you. So, obviously, we have some teams here that suck and are bottom feeders, and they're competing for Cooper Flag, and then you have the whole tanking component and the league not wanting them to do that, and then that messes up the probabilities and everything. Let me ask you this. What if when the playoffs started, you had all the teams that were in the lottery have a tournament, and the further you go, the higher your pick?
I like that.
I've been saying that for years, 100%.
I love that.
Yep, and they're
It's
based
kinda
on
like
seeding of your record for like what
NIT
you were
tournament.
making.
That's what I was
Yes.
getting ready to say. It's like an yeah. Yep. I was getting ready. I didn't know what it was called because I'm not a big college guy, but yeah.
So is it the winner gets number
Guess
one
the number
overall?
one wherever you place, the
You're
higher
in the
you place, that's the
championship
pick
game,
you
you
get.
get top 2. Like,
No.
Yes, sir. I like
And
it.
you could make it like the 1 and the 2 seed play each other, and then the 13 and the 4, or whatever the heck it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a little more paired and fair. So then maybe you are a bottom feeder team, but then you get a couple of wins and you're making way up the, you know what I mean? So there's ways to do it, but instead of it being ping pongs and folded envelopes and all kinds of other stupid nerd crap that
Cheating.
nobody knows about, let these guys play.
Frozen envelopes, not folded.
Frozen, folded. Hey, oh wow, sound like a dirty knickerbocker that knows his dirty history. How about that?
Frozen envelope.
Hey, you know what though? It's better than what they do in the All-Star game. Maybe they can just get rid of that and we can do that and we'll be happy and get some more entertainment. I think we should call it a commish.
More money, more money. Hey, you heard it here first. Clashing Conferences, I don't know what the heck you'd call
Flip
it. The Don't Tank Tournament. How about that?
The
Don't
NIT
tank tournament.
The NIT squared.
All right,
like
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take it into the half. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. Karan, what are we usually known as?
A sports community.
Oh, God dang it.
No, but see, you know what? He's really new, and that's not bad.
A sports discussion community. Something like that.
I like it.
Karan, you just cut a new promo. I don't know if you know that.
Dude, it's good. That was good.
Cut that out.
Karan, even the guys who have been here for like 2 years haven't gotten it right yet, so you were closer than most.
Well, Tony P writes it down on his cheat sheet. Tony, you want to save this man, help him out?
A sports fan podcast.
No,
No.
Tony, jeez.
Sports Fan Network.
Can I do? Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah, please.
We are a Sports Fan Network.
Thank you.
That's it. A Sports Fan Network.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's that
Anyway,
for, Mike?
we're
Mike,
gonna
who's
go
it
into the
for?
half. We're gonna have a little locker room speech. Steve's gonna throw a chair at the wall and talk to all of us because we don't know what the hell we are. We're having an identity
It's
crisis.
for the fans,
Stay
Chris.
tuned. Second half.
Thank you,
Rick
buddy. There's that
Ramone,
dumb shit again.
back where he belongs. See you on the second half.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
Welcome back to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. I am your handsome host, Rick Ramone, aka Mr. Duckboat. Boys, I have a quick question for you before we do Matt Libs. So, has anybody been watching the Celtics documentary on HBO?
No.
No.
Why?
First,
Just you.
can't watch it. Can't do it.
Just
All right. Regardless of your answer, I already had something queued up, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, let me ask you this, right? Because we remember J.J. Redick said a couple years ago, oh, these guys, John Havlicek or Bob Cousy were playing against plumbers and blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think that those guys weren't good in the 60s? Those players, Bill Russell, Cousy, Havlicek, do you think that do you agree with Redick? Yes or no?
No, I don't.
I don't agree with Reddick. No, I think the guys that were good, I think it was the way it is today. I mean, you got so many people, it's hard to make it. And when you make it, you are one of the best, and you're one of the best where you came from. So, like, considering the time period and what they were going against, I think it was fair competition.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was a completely different game, too. There's no three-point line. Like, you're basically just bruising to get to the basket. So, I mean, they're different type of players. But, I mean, I tend to agree that, like, the athletes that come out nowadays are freak athletes. Like, insane
Right.
athletes that were not around at that point.
I also, Tony, you're not wrong, but also these guys were flying commercial and smoking cigarettes on the court before games. So I kind of feel like those are a different athlete altogether.
Right. And they were all, and the game was different, and they were all doing the same thing. So, like, they were all on their same level at their same time period.
Yeah, but they still went through college. They still had to come up the ranks, get drafted. You know, it's like the league now. You have a handful, you know, we argue all the time, top 10, top 20 players, but the rest of the league is kind of, it's fair game after that. Every team has that one, or most teams have that one superstar, and after that, it's almost like a crapshoot. That's why players change hands every year. You get so many different teams, a lot of movement. So it had to be the same back in the 60s and 70s when, you know, in the same concepts. Just, yeah, it's a different game.
Yep.
Well put.
Michael, Juice.
Somehow, even though they were smoking cigarettes and flying commercial, they all played 82 games.
Valid point.
Good point.
Hashtag
Valid
LeBum.
point.
Not everybody's Mikal Bridges, right?
I do want to bring him up real quick. May I bring him up real quick
Yeah.
before you get into, yeah. And I shouldn't do this because this is going to go against us, Karan, but do you see he's complaining about the minutes?
That's not surprising.
Mr. Never Missed a Game is complaining about the minutes.
He thinks
I
he's
think
playing
he's
too
soft.
many.
You still are on Team Tibbs? Come on.
No, I think you got to be a special type of player to play for Tibbs, and I don't think Mikal Bridges can handle it.
Dang, he's already
think-
turning
and I-
on him before the playoffs start.
And I think that's the problem, and I think that's like why there's been some people calling people soft, like Hart calls people soft, and I don't know, man. It bothers me, and that's kind of where I said it's a blessing in disguise because it gives one of them a chance to step up. And I think Cat can do it. I think Cat can step up. He's a beast, man. He just don't have fire. But yeah, I don't know how you feel about that, Karan, but that bothers me, man.
I didn't read too much into it yet. I did see a little bit of it on social media. Something about he wants to give some of the bench guys deserve some playing time. But I didn't look at it as a complaint. Maybe, you know, like I got to look into it a little bit more to see. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. That's all.
devil's advocate, he usually does guard one of the best players on every team every night, and we are expecting him to go out. Like, we don't cut him a break. Like, Mike's like, oh, you traded the whole world to get him. We don't have to have him score 30 points a night.
Hey, Bert and Ernie, how the hell did we go to talking about the dirty Knickerbockers when I was asking about the 60s and okay, that's it. All right.
Because
Jesus,
he
man.
plays
Because
every
Mike
game.
brought up
He
Mike-
plays
Michael!
every game.
Because
That's
Mike
why
brought up 82
Bert
games.
and Ernie.
All right.
Michael?
Mike brought up
one's
82
Bert and
games.
which one's Ernie?
Ah, he's good.
That was my question too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Michael, do you know what time it is?
Like Matt Lib's time. You gotta check your watch, though.
Oh. It is about that time. Content manager, if you will, please cue the music. Oh, this one. That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye. And we're back.
It's getting quicker and quicker.
I mean, for the people at home, it doesn't
Used to
matter
be a
if I'm
distinct
quiet.
pause.
Yeah, 2
I know.
seconds,
I was
10
going to do a
seconds.
little
we're all
dance.
just
I'm
sitting
glad
here.
I didn't.
Yeah. Anyways, Juice, you skipped class a couple of weeks ago. I did not forget
Got
to give
you.
you this assignment, sir.
Got you.
You're not going to get as much help as you would have last time, but also I know that you're probably traumatized from this, so a lot of this is probably embedded in your brain. So I want you to think, and by the time we get to the end of everybody else's questions, I want to hear your answers. So if you could redo the process and re-pick Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Nerlens Noel, and Jahlil Okafor, who would you have picked in those drafts? And if you want to get creative, don't take the Jays, because we all know everybody wants the guys from Boston. See what combo of 4 players you can come up with that could have played with Joel for a couple years.
Got you.
Yeah. Look. Oh, I like
Hype.
it. Moving.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
Where's he going?
Get a pen and paper.
What do you think? Come on. All right, Karan. Since you did
Rick.
not answer my question last week, you're going
Yes,
to
I
answer
did.
it this week.
He's like, where'd you go?
Your rat pigeon question, I refuse. I protest. I'm not answering that.
Fine.
I wasn't on that. I missed that whole thing.
You don't want to know.
I seen it.
No. Topher, that means you did not watch the episodes.
No, I seen it. I just didn't. I missed the episode. I wasn't on the episode. Yeah, don't ask me. Yeah, just
You didn't miss anything.
I mean, I heard about it. So, Karan, give me a new mascot then of your own choice. Since I made you pick last week, give me your own mascot of your own choice. I almost caught that one.
Oh, something like Mr. Met.
What the hell's a Met?
Yes.
Mr. Met, the giant baseball head. We'll just do a giant basketball head wearing a Knicks uniform and
I don't like
Mr.
that.
Nick. I like it. Mr. Nick.
Mr.
I
Knickerbocker.
don't like it.
So, okay. All right, Spike Lee. He's our mascot.
Mr. Net is available. I mean, we're kind of going with the Grimace for a little while. So, I mean, if you want to rent Mr. Met out.
It'll look like the freaking Syracuse Orange. I don't want a basketball with a Knicks hat.
All right,
I want something better than that.
I have a proposition since Spike Lee already kind of looks like this person. How about
I
you
think
guys
Spike Lee should be the mascot. The New York Spike Lee.
No. How about Blippy? Guys love blue and orange. You got a bunch of idiots on the sidelines with glasses that look like morons dressed up. Bring in Blippy. Perfect.
How about John Cena? He used to wear orange and blue. That was one of his color combos a few years ago.
You can't see him, though. You can't see him.
Yeah, you can't
right.
see
Good
it.
point. It's a great
That
point.
was good. We got to think about that. We do need a mascot.
I don't miss it. I don't miss not having a mascot.
You never had one. What's a Knickerbocker? Draw a picture. I wish we were in court. Draw me a picture of a Knickerbocker. I would love to see. It's probably a potato.
It's right above Chris's head. The logo right there. That's it. The Subway token.
The Subway token. There you go.
Michael.
I like it.
I'm going to give you an example to kind of help kickstart you here, sir. But I would like your 2 favorite throwback jerseys. And if there's a player involved, you can involve it too. But no Hornets. No Hornets. I'll give you my answer. Damon Stoudemire, when he got drafted by the Raptors, that jersey was straight fire.
It's Pretty easy for me. They're both in my collection. The first one is Larry Johnson's Hornets,
I
the
just said
original.
no Hornets.
No Hornets.
All right, you're right. I did this twice to you now. All right,
Mm.
no Hornets. So,
Red
are
Raiders.
That
we
was the
talking
first night I was
basketball?
on.
Are we
No
talking
Hornets.
basketball only?
Yes, basketball.
Mm.
Basketball.
It's a basketball pod, Mike.
Penny
I know
Hardaway
you do them all.
Black. That's my just.
There you go.
Can I get Bobcats?
Sure.
Mm.
Kemba Walker?
You love that jersey?
I got two of them. Kemba Walker's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite players of all time. Won a
That
championship at
jersey's-
UConn. He was a beast at UConn.
That jersey
Take
sucks.
the
Got,
UConn
got
jersey.
drafted by my favorite team and was like an all-star player for us for 10 years. Of course I love Kemba Walker.
He was
Hmm?
cool. He's cool. He's a good player. But
Do you-
the jersey sucks.
Do any of you gentlemen have a throwback?
I
That
like
you
the
would-
old school Suns jerseys. Like I'm
Yes,
thinking
yes.
like Steve Nash or like Charles Barkley.
I have a
one of those
jersey.
old Suns jerseys. Yeah.
Knicks excluded. If I can't pick a Nick one, I would take the Orlando Magic '90s black.
Yep.
Penny Hardaway.
Yep.
I like the
towards
blue
Mike,
ones.
Yeah.
I got one. Mike might even remember this. So like towards the tail end of our years of playing, not the tail end, but there was a time we used to go. Mike, remember the community center? We'd go play ball there.
Yeah, of course.
I had a Dennis Rodman phase where I bought his sneakers and everything, and that's all I wanted to do was rebound and I was really good at it. I would rebound and I would probably have 25 rebounds and putbacks. But one of my favorite jerseys was the Black Bulls 91 with the red pinstripes. I love that jersey, man. And I would wear that jersey with my Dennis Rodmans. They had the reverse thing that covered up the laces and the emblem was backwards. It was pretty dope.
Anybody else?
Why do they get the good questions and I keep getting mascot week after week after week?
Because you didn't answer and you
Hey,
didn't like my answer, so you didn't come up with nothing, sir. Come on.
No more mascot. for
just
me.
be
You don't
thankful
have
we're
one,
not
no
asking you to
That's
introduce
throwback.
yourself
Very-
anymore.
more. I'd rather do that than come up with another mascot.
Throwback.
I mean, I'd
I
ask you to
love
walk a straight line and touch your nose if I thought you could do it, but here we are. So, Topher.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. What's up?
All right.
What's up,
Now-
buddy?
For the most part, everybody thinks that you and your dirty New York teams are delusional as far as being a fan base. But
That's fine.
now you get to turn the tables, sir. Who do you think in basketball has delusional fan bases, in your opinion?
In basketball?
Yeah.
Ugh. In basketball.
Like, I'll go the Lakers. Everybody thinks the Lakers are good.
Well, I do want. I was going to go there, but I was just harassing a bunch of Laker fans today. Yeah, they're very delusional. I'm trying to think though. Like, the Lakers is a good one. The Lakers is a good one because like I don't think they're going to win a championship. They couldn't get past the Nuggets the last couple of years. Like they're just not. They don't have enough. Now LeBron's not going to play for the next couple of weeks because he sees all these back-to-backs because of all the fires and he got smoked against Boston and so like Lakers ain't going anywhere. My nephew and Josh, who should be on this podcast arguing with me right now, thinks they're going all the way and they're not doing it.
I mean, the Lakers are playing pretty good. Correct me if I was wrong. They had like an 8-game win streak.
They went on an
you're
8-game
right,
win
Tony.
streak.
They've been on a streak and they're third in
Every
the West.
time I
They're
see
one
them
game
win,
out
I'm
of
just
second
like-
in the West.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're going to drop. They're going to drop out of the
Probably,
third. They might
yeah.
go fourth or fifth. And we know every year in the playoffs, LeBron. Come on, man. I
Why?
remember
Hold on. Before we get to
I don't want to
Juice-
get into this LeBron stuff, but it really aggravates me.
No. I'm going to pivot a little bit because if anybody else watched the Lakers Celtics game, did anybody notice that Luka was very hobbled that entire
His
game?
back hurts.
Grimacing, wincing, hobbling. So again, he's still
And now
playing.
LeBron's going to sit out.
Good for him, but I'm saying that if he's doing that now with 20 games to go before the playoffs, do you think he's going to be healthy for the playoffs?
No.
Nope. I don't think so.
No. And they don't have a big guy.
No. Where's Tony? Tony P.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know where your question went, but I know what your question is. It's in my brain. So, Tony, here we go. I bet you were very angry last night.
Super angry.
Not justifiably. With that said, tell me about two of the angriest moments that you've ever had as a sports fan. Bucks or not?
Easy onside kick against the Giants. Or no, onside kick against the Seahawks. And then the Giants when Brett Favre threw 3 interceptions and they won in overtime to kick the field goal. And
What, the playoff
also
game
when
with
we
Corey
were
Webster?
15-1 and we lost to the Giants.
C-Web!
And also when
Oh.
we were up 3-2 against the St. Louis Cardinals and we blew Game 6 and Game 7. Also when we had CC
Ooh.
Sabathia and we freaking went up against the
He said
Phillies
2.
and they beat us. Every
He said
sports
2,
team we
buddy.
lose. Every time, yeah.
What's your
I thought
biggest
I was
win
ready to
ever?
When we
the
were
clip.
up 3 games to 2 against the Raptors and they came back and won the championship.
Can
Yeah.
I make you feel better? Can I make you feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Just for Kyle and Cody, what's your favorite win?
How many did you say? Did you say 2 or 12? I'm sorry. I wasn't sure.
200. So almost there. And last but not least, Juice. I'm very
So you-
interested to hear. Now, the starting lineup that I think we came up with on our own last time was Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, and was it Donovan Mitchell? I don't remember.
Wow.
Or Bridges. They were both in the same.
Bridges
But you
is
said
a...
you said I can't use Jason or Jalen.
No, I
Right.
want you to get creative.
All right. So, but we're going all the way back to 13, 14, 15, 16,
I
and
like
17.
it. You go wherever you want with it.
Yep.
All right. So 13, I'm taking Giannis.
Okay.
I agree, but at the right time, MCW wasn't looking too bad. Wasn't he rookie? He was
MCW
rookie
is
of the year.
trash.
But wasn't he rookie of
Because
the
that's
year?
the weakest
I
that's the
agree,
weakest rookie
because
class
it was
in the
just
world.
a stats
MCW
thing.
is
They
trash.
were just giving him
He
the
was
ball
so
because they
cool
had
too. He
nobody
was like
else
a
that year.
6'6" point guard. He was so cool.
He's trash.
Tony, how
I
you
would have
feel
picked
about
him
that?
too.
What if Giannis was a Sixer?
Basura. You heard it here
He might
first.
be a Nick next year.
All right, go ahead,
Wouldn't
Juice.
be the same player. He grew up here. He was molded from
All
Waukee.
right.
We grew him. He was an
14,
unknown.
14,
You got to stick with
14.
Embiid.
Hell
I'm
no.
I'm I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna be for real. The only reason I'm not is because of the injury. Like even I would say from rip. Like you guys know, I'm Sixers all day. When I heard the injury, and like I said earlier on the show,
The foot
uh,
injury? The foot
the
injury?
foot because that's the one that ended Yao Ming's career. I was
And
like,
you knew
why are
about
we
it.
drafting? Yeah, they told us. We all knew about it.
And you said that. All right.
Yeah, I said it off rip. So I wasn't really. Don't get me wrong. Like Joe, you're right. Everything we said. Without the injuries, he's the freak. Like
Listen,
it's a monster.
I was
All right, so
so
who you
mad
draft?
that year when the Bucks didn't draft Embiid and they took Jabari Parker. That guy was a bum too, so don't even worry about him.
Like Jabari just he's injury prone. So
Yeah.
no, all right. So
Yeah, they're all yeah.
I'm gonna keep Joel. I'm gonna keep Joel because I can't get anything else there. So
I would like the
we're
honorable
skipping.
mention in 2014, maybe instead of Alfred Payton with your second pick at number 10, give me Zach LaVine, who went 13.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ooh.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not
That's a
gonna
good
lie.
one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But since we got Giannis, I would say Giannis, Joel. I think I'm going to go. So wait, we're 15, 15. I think I'm going. This is an ugly one. Devin Booker. I'm bugging.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's who we
Devin
liked
Booker.
last
Yeah,
week when
dumb.
we talked about this.
Yeah,
That's a good
I
one.
didn't realize he went down to 13. Then I'm gonna go. So I got a 3. I got a 0.2. I got Giannis. I got Joel. So I need another wing. I'm going.
Couple of good ones in
Nah.
2016.
I can't. I'm BI. Duh. That's That's
Yep.
cake. I'm going BI and then 17. That's easy.
Give me
De'Aaron Fox.
let me take a second one in 16 you had a second first round draft pick in 16. You took Forkan Korkmaz.
Korkmaz. Yeah.
Pick later was Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Would have been a
Yeah.
nice one.
Who did you take? Thurman Merman?
Thurman
Thurman
Merman.
Are
Merman.
you serious?
Classic Sixer.
But
Thurman
you know
Merman.
the craziest part.
Yo, I like Siakam, man.
The one thing I will say, like, I'm not to say in the defense of some of these guys, like, I don't think we will ever really know how some of those guys panned out because they never use them to their best ability. Like, I went to one of the like the open practice. Korkmaz was frying everybody. I was like, how is he, what is going on? This guy never sees the floor. Like, had people on skates, he's hitting shots. And I don't know, I will say, maybe he just didn't do well in the big show. Like, on the big stage and everything's going on. Maybe that was the issue. I can agree with that. But again, the guy was 6'8". He could dribble, he could pass, he could shoot. Couldn't guard a wet paper bag to save his life. But he was getting buckets on everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awesome.
he had Ben Simmons on skates half the practice. And I was like, so why is he not on the floor? I couldn't fathom it.
Well,
So, and
also
then,
consider that everybody he was going against ended up being a lottery bust. So there's also that
facts.
component.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. But, and then 17 instead of Marco Fultz, I feel like it's an easy switch. I'm going De'Aaron Fox.
I like that.
And honorable mention, just because I like him, Laurie Markkinen. But we have too many forwards.
Well, I mean, again, the other reason why I asked was because you guys literally drafted a power forward or a center every year in a row. Now, you took
Every
Simmons
year.
and Fultz, but Simmons was 6'10". I mean, I get it, but every year they went with a center or a big man, and then every year almost those guys had to sit out the first year. Joel sat out the first two. Nerlens
Yep.
was out. I mean, they I don't know. They just love picking up damaged goods when it comes to the draft, it seems. So,
To be for real, the only healthy big that we took was Jaleel.
yes.
Yeah.
And he was the one we dumped.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yep.
I didn't understand it because when that little time window, Jalil was cooking. When we had him, he was frying, and I was like, all right, like maybe he's the one, and Joe would just learn, more under him. Definitely, I didn't like Nerlens. I never thought Nerlens was all that. Like even at Kentucky before the injury, I thought he was a great defensive
Just block
player.
shots.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yep.
in my opinion, Nerlens Noel's ceiling was to be like a Theo Ratliff on steroids. I don't what are we doing with him? I didn't understand that at all. At all.
All right, boys. That's Matt Libs. We made it. We survived. Karan, no more mascot questions, I promise. But you are going to have to draw me a picture of what you want to be the mascot next week. That is your homework.
You got homework.
You do. And I need it to be good colors. Crayons, preferably. Good.
CP chat.
All right, boys. Do we have anything coming up?
Bucks Lakers,
got-
Bucks Pacers, Bucks Oklahoma City all this week. Yeah. Big
Knicks
week
Blazers,
this week.
Knicks Warriors, Knicks Heat.
Yeah, we got a couple good games this weekend.
Trying to see
I
if
am
these Celtics
taking
beat
an
the
entire
boys.
week off from the NBA to do a Cooper Flag watch. March Madness is here.
Do some scouting.
I will not be on next week. You guys are on your own. I'm on traveling north to PA for March Madness festivities.
Is
I'll be
this your
seeing
first break ever, Mike?
No, I've had a break, one or two breaks
Usually
over
every
the
March.
course of my podcasting
Singular.
career.
No, since this thing started, I think he's only missed like 4 episodes or 3.
No, there were some shows that I did. I didn't do the first members podcast at all.
True.
And there was something else that I didn't do.
I
thought.
hosted that. I'm going to dig that bad boy up.
True.
Did you host that? I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember
Members
that
group.
now. Wow. All right.
That's funny. That's funny. I forgot that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are a sports fan community. If you want to be silly and add in whatever
No, we
word
are
at the end.
not.
No,
We're a sports fan network.
Good
Jeez.
job, boys.
Nah, all right.
I was just going to say that, too, before you signed off.
Thank
it did
you.
sound good though. It did.
Hey,
I like
boys,
it.
I know what I'm doing. I asked you guys, and none of you
All right,
were
all
asking.
right.
So now, now you're on your toes. Good job.
Go Knicks.
All right, go Knicks. Yeah, right. Get the heck out
Yo,
of here. Go
I
Knicks.
got you to say it.
Yeah, I said yeah,
go.
right after the fact. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Clashing Conferences Podcast, Basketball Edition. If you would like to become a member, reach out to us. Hit the like, subscribe, share button. See us on Patreon. Buy something from LOTWYN. Go see Lean. I mean, we got a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. We would love nothing for more to you
Growing.
genius.
We're growing.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think, Topher, you want to sign us off?
There's that dumb shit again.
Dun, 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 dun. And the Celtics are down. Raspberries.